Hey, we're going to change it up a little bit this week from our regular project plan posting and give you an update on Jacob's shop as well as work on a project for it. We built a 16-foot long workbench for Jacob's garage with a built-in miter saw. It has all of the functionality of kitchen cabinets where you have the drawers at waist level, but we simplified the process and made it so much easier.
So we're going to show you how we built it in this week's video. So since the last time that we did a video, we've got the garage doors installed, got the roofing metal, which is now on the ceiling, and we went ahead and insulated the walls, vapor barriered everything, and then hung the plywood. So in this shop, I chose to do 1/2-inch plywood on all the walls, and the reason for it is because it's a workshop. I can always paint it, but I can always leave it the way it is. And I don't have to worry anywhere I want to go screw something on the wall. It's easy to do. And then also I have a little area down here for my kids, which isn't set up yet, but they can come down here and roughhouse, hit the walls, whatever, beat it up. It's a shop. So the electrical's done too. Ran all the wires, and just yesterday, the day before, I came down here and finished doing all the receptacles and all the light switches, and that's all done now. So we're good to go pretty much. It's heated, it's 35 below outside, and me and the wife today are going to tackle a project on a little bit of storage in the garage.
So Jacob came to me and said, I have this giant pile of 2x6s, help me make a workbench out of it. So we're going to try something a little bit different on making this workbench, and I'll show you how it's going to go. We're basically going to build 3 2x6 walls that they're really short. 3 of them. And then one will sit on the floor, and then 2 will sit parallel on top of the one on the floor, so this will give us a toe kick, and then we'll run drawer slides in between. So this isn't normally how I would build a workbench, but since I don't want to buy new materials, we're going to give it a go and see if it works out.
So I got everything cut out, and I'm going to build the base first and assemble them with these 3-inch screws.
Okay, so this is going to be the base, and what we're going to do is put it where we want the workbench to be. And this thing serves 2 purposes. Brings the cabinet up above the ground so you have a toe kick and it's off the floor. And it also gives us something to level up, since garage floors are notoriously not perfectly level.
We're going to go ahead and attach this to the wall because we're pretty level this way. But there's a few places where we dip. So then we'll shim under for some, with some shims to make this thing level. And then when we get that done, this will be a level surface. Then we can add our 2 other pony walls to it. Basically building just a mini level floor here.
A lot of shims there.
You can almost put some wood underneath there.
Hey, the garage is going to drain water to the center pretty good. So what we're using here is some composite trims so they can withstand some water.
So I got the base in here already. We shimmed it up. Obviously the floor is way out, but it's all nice and level now. So now we got to go ahead and add the 2 front and back. And what those are basically is they're little pony walls almost like. And we'll get those set on here, screw in place, and then that way our cabinet will come together.
We're gonna put a temporary brace on here so we keep the cabinet open for us to work on the drawers. And we'll pull it right before we put the top on. Okay, that's the basic framing for the workbench. So we had some scrap 1/2-inch plywood, so we're just going to fill that up there. We had to shim it a little bit to get it where we want it. Alright, so now we're going to add some ends to the shelving, and we're just going to use what we have. So we have some leftover 1/2-inch, it might be 3/8 inch plywood, and we just ripped it to 24 inches wide.
So in this workbench here that we built, we want to go ahead and incorporate a chop saw into the bench. And so we left this space open. We're not going to put drawers here. We built this box and we're going to go ahead and slide it in here. I'll put some plywood on top. I pre-measured from the top down where we need to be for the chop saw and the height of the table. So we should be able to just slide it in place. The chop saw should fit.
So Jacob went ahead and built the drawer boxes last night. While he's putting the saw in, I'm going to put the drawer slides on the drawer boxes. Hopefully we can get this project moving along quicker.
So now the top's on, and I'm going to go ahead and cut this front one out, and then we can set the height of this table, and then that way it'll work for the saw that we're going to put in here. Okay, so we got the saw that we're going to put in here, and now we're looking for the height from the plywood surface to the top of the deck where the cutting surface is on the chop saw, and then we're going to want to set our table to that distance. So when we put it in here, we can run long pieces of material and have a nice surface for cutting on. So let's go ahead and figure out what we need, and it looks like 3 3/4 inches. So now we're going to come down from the top here, measure down 3 3/4, screw this in place, and then that saw should fit. Alright, so we got the saw in here. I'm not going to bolt it down right now. We're going to work on getting some other drawers in and getting that finished up while I got another person here. So I think the last thing we're going to do is add some handles, make it easier for these drawers to come out. They're going to be super functional, we'll be able to put a lot of stuff in them, close them up, and looks pretty good.
So the workbench is all done, and it seriously was like half as much work as building kitchen cabinets. We built lots of kitchens, and you wouldn't necessarily want to build this in your kitchen, but for its purpose, it is really awesome and it's extremely sturdy. One of the things we really wanted was drawers at that waist height. So normally when you would just build a workbench out of 2x4s, you would have a 2x4 here, and that would consume a lot of space. So by going this way, it freed up all this space for a drawer, and now there's plenty of room underneath for totes or whatever that we might need underneath.
Yeah, the nice thing about them too is they're really big. So like, if you look at them, we built them out 1x6, 5.5 inches deep, 29 inches wide by 24 inches deep. I mean, it's amazing what you're gonna be able to put in here and keep in a storage area. Tools, fasteners, you name it, but it'll be put away in a drawer and easy to access.
This is very durable, so if you're looking for a solution for your garage, this is gonna last you a lifetime. And it's going to stand up to hammering on it and whatever you need to do in your workbench. So
yeah, so in this workbench we incorporated a chop saw on this, and it was pretty easy to do because, you know, the way we built it, we left the bay open that we wanted to put the saw in, just dropped in some platform for it to sit, so it's at neck height, and it's nice because you can just grab a piece of lumber, throw it up here and cut it, and you have a really long work table to work off of. So that's really nice.
We're really confident in providing the plans for you that you're going to be very happy with this project. I encourage you to go out and build it yourself and organize your space, give yourself some more workspace, and make tackling all those projects so much easier with your very own workbench. Thanks for watching this week. We'll see you next week, and don't forget to head on over to annawhite.com and download those plans.